Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So I know I haven't talked about the Summer Wells case in a long time. It's ever since I've been back, since being sick. That was kind of the case I ended on, and then I just haven't got back to looking into it because I got preoccupied with other cases. So tonight I decided to see what's been going on with this case. And there's not a whole ton as far as any updates, any progress in the case, at least as far as that them making anything public to us. I did find this interview. It's not super new interview with Dawn, but it's from the beginning of October. I have not seen it yet. This was the first time I saw it. So some of you guys probably have already seen it because it's a few weeks old, but it's still interesting. And for those of you that haven't seen it, it is definitely an interesting interview, just to do what we do best and reading body language and analyzing every little thing. That's what we like to do, studying these cases. So it's just another look to kind of try to figure out if we think they have something to do with it, or I should say if we think Dawn has something to do with it. If we don't, I'm still up in the air. I have no idea. So I figured I'd upload it and see what you guys think of the interview, because I haven't got to talk to you guys about this case in over a month now, because I haven't done any videos on the case. So I don't even know where you guys all stand now. I know when I left, or I should say the last video where I did talk about this case, it was probably like 50-50. You know, you had some people thinking very suspicious of the parents, and then I would say, actually, let me take that back. Maybe it used to be 50-50, but after Dawn started appearing on other channels frequently, I feel like it's become more people now are suspicious of them than aren't. I feel like, just from that's just my opinion, I guess. Just from seeing how some of the people were reacting and feeling after he was doing a bunch of those interviews, and it wasn't a good look for him. So I don't know now where everybody stands. I'm not even sure if he's still going on that channel or those channels, or is he just like digging, or is he redeeming himself? I mean, what are you guys feeling? Or is he being more quiet? I know he started a YouTube channel. From what I've seen, there really wasn't much content. They're really short videos. So I'm just curious. I don't watch those other channels, and I haven't really been following the case as far as the drama stuff. I guess that's another reason why I really haven't been covering the case. It just seemed like when I stopped talking about the case was right before I got sick, and I just remember it was just turning into like this drama. Like all the channels were just attacking each other, and it started becoming so far away from the case and about Summer that it turned me off. That's why when I came back, I started getting into other cases, because it just became this drama thing where it wasn't even about the freaking case. It wasn't about Summer. It was about Dawn and about these channels and about the drama between them and their relationships. And it was just like, that's not what I'm about. I don't want to be a part of that. So I just kind of got into other cases because I want to look at true crime. I don't want to get involved in all these other channels and the drama and stuff. So, I kind of took a step back from this case. Plus, I was preoccupied with other cases, but I got preoccupied with other cases because I was not liking where this case was going, because at least the YouTube aspect of this case, it was just turning into all this, just something that I just didn't like. And there really wasn't any like updates about Summer or the case, or I don't know, it was just getting crazy. So tonight I was just curious, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna look into this case and see if there's any updates, anything new going on. And I saw this interview with Dawn that I've never seen. So this is the first thing that I found. I'm gonna actually look into see if there's any other updates that I missed that I could let you guys know, if you're not already aware. I mean, a lot of you guys following the case probably are aware of any updates. I'm not sure if there really is any as far as like progress in the case, but for right now, let me play this interview and let me know what you guys think.
And we'd get on them a lot, and so you can't do that, but it just, we'd always find it open a lot of times and stuff, and so we tried to control that, but to know, they couldn't control it 100% of the time.
Dawn Wells tells me Summer was last seen going to the basement to play with her toys. Her 3 older brothers upstairs, her mother and grandmother in the yard facing away from the basement door, and Dawn Wells at work.
We don't know if someone was waiting in the basement or if she come outside here and went to the swing. All we know is she went down the basement.
Wells says he believes someone was lurking at the top of the dog trail, just feet away from the basement door. He says the predator somehow managed to snatch Summer, then raced down the steep hill as she struggled.
I guess you guys want to walk down through here?
The trail was not an easy walk. To get down the rugged hill, Wells and I had to hold on to trees. I struggled not to trip or even fall on tree roots.
And you can slide a little bit.
So the dogs kind of came down this trail here?
Yeah.
It's pretty steep.
Yeah. And I didn't know the dogs even had a trail down through here until the police dogs followed it all the way to the road.
Wells says he overheard authorities say search dogs followed Summer's scent down the trail to the road before losing it. He painted a vivid picture of a kidnapping, telling me a neighbor likely heard Summer scream.
I think whoever grabbed her probably had her mouth covered, and I think she was gasping for air by the time she got down through here somewhere, because our neighbor heard a scream, a really funny scream. I think they just carried her to a vehicle and threw her in there and took her somewhere far away from here.
Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson has not publicly commented on specifics of the case until now. I asked Sheriff Lawson about Wells' claims. Did dogs follow Summer's scent down the trail to the main road? The sheriff says yes.
The dogs had a pretty good track for a little while, but then it disappeared, but they lost scent when they come to the road. And sometimes canines, they will lose the scent when it changes different type, where they maybe went from the gravel to the pavement.
Okay, so Don was telling the truth about the canines and the scent falling through the path, and then it stopped at the road. So let's see what else Sheriff Lawson has to say.
And did a neighbor hear a scream?
Best I recall, it's been a couple months ago, I think that was unfounded.
That's a big one. So did he just make that up? I mean, we heard him in more than one interview talk about the scream that a neighbor heard around that time that Summer was said to disappear, that basically goes along with his theory of her being taken. Did he just make that up, or did he talk to a neighbor that lied to him maybe? Chances are, I feel like he probably made it up. I mean, if that was not ever reported, if a neighbor heard a scream, that would be super important. That would be reported. And if they didn't report it, then Don should have reported it and said, hey, this is the neighbor that told me, go ask her. So that makes me think that Don just made that up, because it just makes no sense. I feel like he's lying about that. What do you guys think?
Wells tells me the family home on Ben Hill Road is surrounded by drug dealers and buyers.
You get all kinds, with the drug trade, and we've seen quite a bit of stuff surrounding the meth thing. We've parked our neighbors caught them parked at our road in our driveway in the middle of the night or early in the morning and stuff like that, and run them off, and they get mad and they raise Cain, and we've had quite a bit of problems.
But Sheriff Lawson tells me Wells lives on a quiet street.
I've heard rumors of, there is maybe a drug dealer on that road, but it's just like anywhere. Ben Hill Road is no different than any other roads in Hawkins, Sullivan, or any other county, as far as even Knox County. We all have drug problems, but no, that's not that problem. That's not correct either.
It's not like a hot spot.
No, it's not a hot spot. I mean, it's a dead-end road, so there's very little traffic, if any.
Another lie. Jeez, another lie to go along with this abduction theory, to make people buy that, the chances of her getting taken out of her own yard are more likely. Not that I'm saying that it doesn't happen. Of course it happens. People get taken, kids get abducted. But the fact that he's making up lies to fit that story, if this is really what happened and Summer got taken, then you don't need to make up any lies for people to believe it, because that's what happened. You didn't do it. She got taken. There needs to be no lies. You just say what happened, and if that's what happened, then you don't need to make that up. I mean, do you see what I'm saying? The fact that he has to make up all these scenarios and these things to make it more believable that she got taken, I mean, that makes you just very suspicious, because you shouldn't have to make up any lies if you're telling the truth. So I'm very suspicious of him. Now, hearing Sheriff Lawson basically call him out for these lies.
Don Wells says he doesn't know why anyone would take his daughter, but isn't shocked by the disappearance of a child.
There's a lot of missing children.
But Sheriff Lawson says children don't just go missing, especially in Hawkins County.
No, ma'am, we don't have any other missing children.
So this one I'm not sure, because obviously kids do go missing. I'm not sure what Don said as far as missing children. Did he specify that there's a lot of missing children in Hawkins? Or did he just say in general? I don't know. They could have edited that. Or they didn't show us the whole interview of if he elaborated on like where he was talking about. But I feel like, if I'm remembering right from some of his past interviews, that he does talk about that area having a lot of missing children. Or maybe he just says Tennessee as a state. I'm not sure. But of course, there's all states that have missing children. So just because Hawkins doesn't have a lot of missing children recently doesn't mean that this didn't happen, that it's not possible for a child to be taken. But if he's going on like saying, oh, Hawkins has all these missing children, and that's not true, then that's another lie.
At Summer's Hilltop home, Wells showed me a refrigerator he says Summer played on.
You know, I don't know what all she did, but I was like, what in the world is that?
And we walked to Summer's swing.
This is her favorite.
That's her favorite. Yeah, she liked to twirl.
Don Wells is pleading for his daughter's return.
Whoever has her will have mercy, and please let her come home.
Sheriff Lawson says investigators remain committed to finding Summer.
Everyone in Summer's case is still a suspect.
So I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys know from the beginning of this case, I try to get people to be more open-minded and try to get people to see like see it a different way, because a lot of people, I feel like at first were real critical of them, and then once they started, I don't know, I feel like there was like a change where people were like, okay, maybe not, and then it changed back, if that makes sense. Do you guys feel like that? Like at first people were pointing the finger at them a lot, and then people were seeing it kind of a little bit differently, being more open with how they were seeing it, and trying to just to kind of see that, maybe just because they have these other bad habits, or just maybe the way that they were raising their kids was a little bit different, or a lot different than a lot of people, but they were keeping it open that maybe they didn't have something to do with Summer's disappearance. And then I feel like it kind of switched back, because Don going on YouTube freaking just basically digging his hole deeper and deeper, and then people were starting to like see through him and realize this guy is a liar. Maybe like he just didn't. The more you've seen him talk and seen him on videos, the less sincere he became. It's like it became like fake and like just saying what he thought everybody wanted to hear, and it was just, I don't know, he's not doing himself any favors. And now I feel like, I don't know what the temperature is now. Like, what is everybody feeling? What's everybody thinking now? Is everybody thinking that there's a possibility that Summer's still alive, that she was taken, that they did something, was an accident? I'm not sure. Like I said, I haven't really been hearing what everybody thinks about this case in over a month, so I'm not sure what everybody's feeling now. But just let me know if this interview made you change your mind at all, or it made you think differently. The reason it kind of swayed me more on one side is because the Sheriff Lawson, basically saying, no, this isn't true. And no, that isn't true. And so it's basically just showing that Don lied about a few big things. So I don't know. I'm seriously doubting them now. It's sad because I'm sure they're getting paid for some of the interviews and some of the shows, and it's just horrible. If they really did have something to do with Summer's disappearance and they're benefiting off of it like this, and it's just making me sick. I just feel a lot different now that I'm seeing time go by and seeing what they're really about, and I'm not liking it, guys. So like I said, I might have been wrong about this one. Not that I was necessarily, I would say, right or wrong. It's just that I didn't want to be so quick to accuse people, because murder is a huge thing to accuse people of, and I just didn't want to be so quick to accuse them. And I just wanted, to look at it from all sides, all perceptions, and just think, okay, just because we see this and this behavior in them doesn't mean that they are responsible for Summer's disappearance. Maybe it just makes them this and that, I just didn't want to be so quick to judge, but they're making it really hard not to judge now. They really are. So let me know what you guys think. I really am curious, because like I said, it's been a while since I've got to hear how you guys feel about this case. So all right, guys, everybody have a good night, and talk to you soon. Bye.